Alright, so I do not like OliverTree, and in this video I'm going to show you why he is a liar, a hypocrite and a thief, and how he stole his soon to be most popular song from somebody else entirely. This is the story of Miss You. But let's go back to the beginning. OliverTree is a pretty popular artist nowadays with over 36 million monthly listeners on Spotify at the time of this recording, which makes him the 74th most listened to artist on earth. He has really elevated his career to the top of the industry recently, despite only getting on most people's radar towards the end of 2020 when he released his song Life Goes On. Me personally, I only really listened to hip hop, so I first heard of him in December 2021 after he dropped the Life Goes On remix on the Lyrical Lemonade YouTube channel featuring Ski Mask, Slump God and Trippie Redd, and ever since then I checked out some of OliverTree's music during the past year, but not everything. I only really knew that he was a very creative and unique artist, and I knew that he has a long time friendship with Ethan Klein from the H3 podcast, which admittedly turned me off from becoming a true OliverTree fan. But regardless, I perceived this guy as someone incredibly original with a very positive image as an artist, but a few days ago that changed entirely. So the other day I was just browsing through some music on YouTube while editing one of my videos, and I came across OliverTree's new song with Tree Robin Schulz, and I did quite enjoy it, but then I noticed something strange. This track was released in late October 2022, but I could have sworn that I heard this exact same song already during the spring and summer last year, and I was certain that I didn't just hear it in an unreleased snippet or something, because I don't listen to leaks. So I did some digging and found out that the song Miss You is actually a remix of an old OliverTree song from 2020, that song being called Jerk. So now you're thinking, what's the problem, right? OliverTree just remixed an old song of his and he re-released it. Well, that's not all there is to the story. You see, the song Jerk actually sounds nothing like Miss You. The only thing similar here is the lyrics. Everything else from the beat, the song structure and the vocals has been changed significantly. And now here comes the issue here. It wasn't changed by OliverTree, but by somebody else entirely. That person being an underground producer going by the name of Southstar. Now, Southstar released the song Miss You several months before OliverTree did. As you can see here, the music video was released 4 months ago and the track itself in July on Spotify, as opposed to OliverTree's version coming out in August on Spotify and the music video from October 2022. And there's also been an unlicensed version of this exact track that Southstar uploaded somewhere between the summer of 2020 and spring of 2022, which obviously has been taken down since. So we can now confirm that this song predates OliverTree's official version of the track by at the very least a few months. So underground producer Southstar from Berlin was actually the person that created the song Miss You. Now, what's mind-blowing about this is that OliverTree's song is an exact copy of Southstar's version. Now, the problem here is that I can't play the tracks here because this video would get taken down for copyright, but I will try to show you guys 5 seconds of both songs so you can hear it for yourself, because I think 5 seconds is short enough for it not to get detected by copyright. But if you end up not hearing anything for the next 10 seconds, then the YouTube copyright lords unfortunately got a hold of me, and you unfortunately need to go listen to both songs independently by yourself. In that case, I will have both songs linked in the description and the pinned comment down below. Now let's compare both tracks, shall we? So there is no denying that it is an exact copy. Let's run down the checklist real quick here. Both songs have the same song length, as well as the same name, identical lyrics, similar vocals, and they are both sped up. So now it's undeniably been stolen, we have established that. So some people may run to the defense of OliverTree right now, saying something along the lines of, well, maybe it could have been a reference track or something. I thought that that might be a possibility as well at first, but in reality it turns out it was truly just stolen, because Sony Music, the label Southstar is signed to, came out with a statement accusing OliverTree and Robin Schulz of abusing a previously established contract by stating Schulz's version was identified as a one-to-one direct copy of Southstar's under the same name, same sample, and same production, demonstrating Schulz's attempt to take the credit and direct support away from Southstar's breakout record instead of championing the next generation of talent. Southstar said in a statement issued later in August, "It's disappointing for me to see that an exact copy of my rework Miss You is up under the name of another famous producer and is even being perceived as the original stolen version instead of mine. So Southstar himself feels like his work has been stolen, which he is right about, but I do want to focus on this contract thing for a second here. So when you decide to remix or sample a song, you first need to get the remix or sample cleared with the original creator of the song. Obviously here the original creator is OliverTree, because Southstar's song is sampling his song Jerk. Now in order to get this cleared, Southstar signed a contract with Atlantic Records last year, allowing him to legally release Miss You, and what he had to do to get this sample cleared is sign over 100% of the profits that come from his song to OliverTree, and Atlantic Records for that matter, which is why I believe OliverTree is just truly not a good person here, because he now gets all the money his stolen version of Miss You makes, as well as anything coming in from Southstar's version. This is also why I think that OliverTree clearly betrayed Southstar, because Southstar gave away all his rights to profit and the song itself just so that he could release it, and then a few weeks later OliverTree abused the same rights to go behind Southstar's back and create his own copy, which now blew up instead of Southstar's version, which in my eyes deserved to blow up way more. Now I did hear some people defend this by saying, well, Southstar did originally sample OliverTree, so OliverTree has a right to his own song, and I majorly disagree with this sentiment. But for the sake of arguing, I'm gonna entertain this notion for a minute. So if somebody's argument is that the profits of sample songs need to go to the original creator of the sample song, then that would mean that, for instance, Corday's song Bad Idea, which samples Kanye West's My Way Home, or Central C's Let Go, which samples Passengers Let Her Go, could only also profit the person getting sampled. Now like I said, I disagree with this, because I think these people are transforming these samples into their own songs, but I could at least understand it if someone thought that this was the right way to handle this. But the problem is OliverTree takes this one step further. He doesn't just get the profit of the sample, but he also just stole the song in its entirety. So this would be like if Passenger re-released Let Go using all of Central C's lyrics and changes, or if Kanye re-released Bad Idea with everything stolen from Corday. Like, you cannot tell me that any reasonable person can seriously believe that this would be fair. You can't be out here sharing the sentiment that if someone samples the song, they gotta give away that profit they can make from the song, but if the original creator then copied that same sample, then they don't. Like, that is incredibly hypocritical to me. Now, Atlantic Records did release a press statement attempting to clear OliverTree and Robin Schulz's name by stating, OliverTree and Robin Schulz's version of Miss You is the definite version of the song that uses both the recording and underlying composition from OliverTree's original track, Jerk. Southstar remixed Jerk without permission and then released a version with re-recorded vocals to avoid fully compensating OliverTree and his label. Now, so they're saying he wanted to avoid compensating OliverTree, but in reality he changed up OliverTree's vocals so that he could release the song in general, because they struck down the song when it had OliverTree's vocals, or at the very least they blocked it from officially releasing. So all things considered, had Southstar kept OliverTree's original vocals, the label would have blocked the song from releasing. And so he changed the vocals and gave the song rights to the label in order so that he can release the song. And now they're saying, well, he only did that so he could release the song without compensating OliverTree. And it's like, what do you mean? OliverTree takes 100% of the profit from the song, or at the very least his label, I should say. So how are you trying to argue that Southstar is just releasing this in order to try and steal OliverTree's money, when OliverTree is the only one and his label that's profiting from this song? Like, Southstar is not getting any money from this song because he signed away 100% of the rights. So the label here is just 100% lying and just trying to save face. Now finally, I want to briefly touch on what could have been. So when OliverTree first became aware of Southstar's remix, what he could have done is get in contact with him and release the version together with Southstar being the credited producer. That would have been the ideal ending of the situation, with both parties winning. But instead, OliverTree got greedy and wanted a bigger hit, so he put Robin Schulz as the producer of the track instead of Southstar, because Robin Schulz has star power, allowing the song to actually explode, with Southstar just getting massively screwed over. And by the way, fuck Robin Schulz as well. That guy is also a scumbag for just claiming to be the producer of the song, when he clearly had nothing to do with it. Like, OliverTree and Robin Schulz are just both bad people for this, and I won't be checking out their new music anytime soon.